Hi everyone, it's Abbey here again, and welcome back to another TV4Education Live, where I take you through some of the resources on TV4Ed related to a different subject every episode. So before I get started, I'll just ask that you check out the description so you can see links to our fact articles as well as our social media, so you can keep up to date with everything that we're doing, and also to click the subscribe button on our YouTube channel and ring the bell so you can be notified whenever we go live, and also whenever we upload any content related to TV4Education, so you can keep up to date with the latest resources, news and updates. If you miss this live, don't stress, we upload all of our lives to our YouTube channel later, so you can still access them. If you have any ideas for any subjects you want me to cover in these resource list and smart lesson lives, pop them in the chat to my right, or pop them in the comments below after the video has been uploaded, and I'll add them to my list so that I can get those lives out to you. So without further ado, let's get into the live session. So today's live session is on legal studies for secondary school students. So we'll be going through how to search for TV4Ed content, how to search YouTube through TV4Ed, as well as how to search smart lessons, be that resource list video lessons and study guides on this topic, how to save all that content, how to edit those smart lessons once you've added them to your My Items, and also how you can create your own resource lists as well with the resources that I show you. So you can just do a regular smart search for legal studies. So I'll just put in legal studies in smart search here, and you can see what comes up. Now, I'm just on, when I typed that, I was just on the home screen, so it will automatically search all the TV4Ed content. If you want lessons content or YouTube content, you will have to click on those tabs, which we'll do a bit later. But as you can see now, I've just typed in legal studies, and it is smart search is selected, so that means it's searching the title, the description, as well as the tags. So you can scroll through and see any content that might be relevant to you that you think would work for your students. So you can see Court Justice Sydney. This is quite a popular resource amongst teachers, so you can click on it and you can see that it has been tagged with legal studies. You can also search the tags here by just clicking this tag here, but since we've already searched that, we don't need to do it again. So I'll add this to my items. You can also share this with your students from here, clicking the share button, and you can put the class grade in as well as the expiry date, and it will give you your share link, embed code and QR code to share with your students. So if you want to be a bit more specific, you can search a title. So I'll just search legal and I'll search that in the title. So you can see that now I've done that, it's shortened it down to a list of videos that just have the word legal in the title. So I can see this show legal briefs, which is another quite popular resource that we have on legal studies. It's also quite shorter, so this is something that you can quickly show in class as a brief overview of the topic if you want, rather than maybe having your students answer questions on it. So you can go through and add as many items as you want. This is another show, another ABC show called Young Legal Eagles, which is quite popular amongst sort of maybe more year 7 to 8 than year 10 and above, which is the content I was just showing you before tends to be more popular with that, whereas this tends to be year 9 and below, more popular with teachers teaching those class grades. So you can scroll down, you can see as many as you want. So everything is ordered from the most recently added. So you can see up here, this content is the most recently added, and as you scroll down, it goes back to the least recently added as well. So I can also search through YouTube. So I can just click this YouTube tab here to search through YouTube. I can also go back to the home screen and I can scroll down to the YouTube bar. So I can scroll down and I can see curated YouTube and regular YouTube, and I can scroll across like this, or if I want to see more, I can click view all, and that will show me both curated YouTube and regular YouTube. The difference being regular YouTube is everything currently on YouTube, whereas curated YouTube has been curated by our team here at TV4Ed, so it's educational and curriculum based. So once you've clicked view all, or clicked this YouTube tab here, you'll be able to search for what you want. So again, I can just put in law if I want, and I can see what comes up. I can put legal studies in again. So So I can see this video here. I add it to my items the same way that I add the regular TV4Ed videos to my items, and I share it the same way as well. So I can put in legal studies again. And as before, I can do a title search as well. So you can see these are some VCE legal studies content that you can add. You can also search by title as well, which will narrow it down a bit for you. And you can also do this with the lessons as well. So to go to the lessons, you just click the lessons tab and do a regular search, or you can scroll down to the bottom of the home screen where you'll be able to see the lessons bar, and you can click view all and search from there. So I've done a smart search for legal studies, so this is searching both the title and the description. If I want to be a bit more specific, again, I can go title, and you can see that's narrowed it down to legal studies resource lists with just legal studies in the title. So you can see these ones here, these are all blue, so these are resource lists. So these don't have any questions that go along with them. They're just TV4Ed videos, YouTube videos maybe, as well as links to articles, PDF files, etc., that have been created by a TV4Ed team, either as extra things that we've done based on the curriculum, or they are requests that teachers around the country have sent us, and we've fulfilled that request for them with a resource list, and also made it available for all of our TV4Ed users. So you can see this one here is red, so that's a TED Ed lesson, so it's just one singular TED Ed video with some questions related directly to that video. So you can click on that. You can see that it is for secondary school students here, and you can also see the curriculum codes that it's relevant to, so it might be something that's relevant for you. So you can click add to my library, and that will add it to your library, so you can go to your my items later and you can view it as well as share it with your students, and you can also edit it as well if you would like to. So you can scroll up, and I can see this is an introduction to the legal system, so this might be good to maybe this is the first time your students are doing legal studies. This is something that would be good for that. Just a general overview of the legal system in Australia. They don't know all the ins and outs yet. This might be a good resource list to either play for them in class, or maybe share with them so they can have a look at it while they're at home, and they can get the gist of the things that you're going to be learning over the coming year. Same with this one, Introduction to Justice. It's another good one to get your students started. And then we have some more intricate ones, like the role of the High Court when you get into specifics, specific different kinds of court and justice in Australia. And then you also have the family court. You have Aboriginal perspectives on Australian law. You have human rights and criminal law here, defamation, and so on and so forth. So there's some broad ones there, and there's also some specific ones for when your students are either maybe in a higher grade, or they're just further into the curriculum, and they're learning more intricate things about the legal system in Australia, or just the legal system in general. So now I've saved all that, I can go to my items, and that's where I can view all of this content. So I'll go to my items here, and we'll be able to see all of the content that I just added. So you can see here's all the legal studies content I just added here. These are all the videos, the YouTube and the TV4Ed videos, and then up here are all of the lessons that I just added. So this goes by most recently added, so you can see the lessons are at the top because we added those most recently. So if I click on this one, we'll be able to see that this is the TED Ed lesson that we saved. So you'll be able to see there is a video that you can play automatically here, as well as some questions that relate directly to the video. So these are all multiple choice questions. So your student, if they're watching the video and paying attention as they should be, will be able to hear a fact that's said in the video, and they'll be able to go through and tick the correct answers. They can tick multiple as well if there is multiple answers to the one question. We also have yes and no questions, which work just the same way. They just tick yes or no, and then also missing word questions where they type the missing word into the sentence that is written. So you can edit this. If you just want to edit the title and the description, you just click edit here, and you'll be able to edit it, and then you can just click save. You can do that as many times as you want, as often as you want. You can also delete questions or delete videos by just clicking the little bin icon. You can rearrange the order of things if you want. So if you want this question to be above this question, you just click this little arrow and it puts it up the top. You can also edit the questions here by clicking the edit button here. So you can rewrite the questions, or you can change the answer, or if there's multiple answers, everything with a tick yes to it is the correct answer. You can also add a question hint if you want. This can be anything, an actual hint to the question, or it can just be communicating something to your students. Like it can just say, please complete this question by the end of the lesson or by next Friday, or it can actually be a hint, maybe, the answer to this question is within the first 2 minutes, whatever it is that you want to write. So you can also change the question itself. You can add more answers if you want. You can add up to 6. If you don't write anything in these bottom 2, they just won't show up. So you can have as little as 2 or as many as 6 if you like, and then you just click save question, and it saves it automatically for you. You can also change the type of question if you want. You can change it to a yes or no, or to a missing word, in which case you just type whatever it is here, click add missing word, and then you type the correct answer in there. You can also add your own resources if you want. If you like this TED Ed video, but you also want to add some other resources to it, you can just scroll down here and you can click add resource, and maybe you want to add one of the resources that we saw before. So you want to add this legal briefs episode. So you can type in here legal briefs, and you can scroll down and see whichever one it is that you wanted to add. So in this case, this episode on civil justice was the one that we wanted to add. So that will directly add it to the bottom. If you want to change the order, you can just click up and it will change the order for you, or you can click down and it will change it as well. You can also add your own questions. So once you've added this video, you can add your own questions as well if you would like. So you can just click add question, and you can just add the question as normal from here. You can also add hints to videos, so you can click edit, so you can edit the title of the video if you want, and you can also add a hint. You can say this video relates to questions 1 to 5, or you can say please complete all the questions relating to this video by next class, or whatever it is you want to write, or an actual hint to help them answer the questions, whatever it is that you want to do. So that's how you can edit a lesson once it's been added to your My Items. So you can edit it and then save it, and then share it with your students if you would like. You can also create your own resource lists if you would like. So you've added these 4 videos and you like them very much and you want to send them all to your students, but you don't want to have them open multiple links. You just want them to have one resource list that they can just go to find all the content that you've shared with them for their test or their exam, for them to study, or maybe they're working on a project and you've given them some resources for that. You can create your own resource list if you want. So you just go up to the top left where my cursor is, click there, go to Smart Classrooms, go to Create Lesson. I'll open it in a new tab to make life easy for myself. And it will come up with this screen, so you can put in legal studies. So it will just prompt you to put a title and a description in. So you can just write whatever you want in. And then click save. And now that's created the lesson, and you can add your resources and add your questions. So I can go to this one. I'll copy and paste the title to make life easy for myself. And you can click add to lesson, and that automatically adds it. If you want to add one of these YouTube videos, so this video here that we looked up through YouTube, no problem, just do the same thing, copy and paste the title, and then go to here and go add resource. Don't paste it into here directly, because you can see we've got the TV4Education tab highlighted. So if you do that, it won't come up with the correct video because it was a YouTube video and not a TV4Ed video. So make sure you go to one of these YouTube tabs and then paste it. And you can see this is definitely the video that I added, and I can click add to lesson, and it adds it to the lesson the same way that it would a TV4Ed video. You can also add other resources. You can add URLs, you can upload files. If you have some PDF files, maybe some study guides or something like that, that you want your students to have access to, you can upload them here. If you've got some helpful articles or any kind of websites that you think would be helpful to your students, you can add the URL here. And you can also create your own text as well if you just want to write something to your students, or whatever it is that you want to do. You can also add your own questions, but we're just making a resource list for now. So we'll just stick to the resources, but you just add your questions the same way I was showing you when we were editing the lesson before. So you can also clip the content. So if you click these little scissors here next to whichever video it is you're wanting to edit, it will come up with this screen. So let's say this is a 26 minute long video, but you don't want your students to watch the whole thing. Maybe you want them to watch it in class. You want to play it for them in class and you only have a limited time, or maybe only half the video is relevant, or maybe there's some inappropriate content later on in the video that you don't want them to see. You can chapterize the video if you want. So let's say you only want them to watch the first, say, 10 minutes or so of the video. You just click this little arrow where my cursor is, and that starts the chapter. And then you go to, say, 10 minutes in the video. Say around about here is where you want it to end. Then you click this other arrow here, and that has created a chapter for you. So you can see the start time and the end time here. So you can title your chapter. I'll just call it Chapter 1. And then you can scroll down here, click Create Chapter. This will go orange. And you can click Save, and that's automatically saved the chapter for you. You can have multiple chapters if you want. So let's say you want them to also watch the last little bit of the video. You can create another chapter and just call that Chapter 2 or whatever it is that you want to call it. Create Chapter and click Save. Now that's automatically saved for you. And so you hop out of it, and then when you click on this video again, it will automatically only show your students when you play it for them, or if they play it themselves. If you've saved this resource list and shared it with them, it will only play the parts that you want them to see. So if I skip forward here, you see I skipped forward to about 10 minutes in the video, and it automatically jumped to this end part of the video for me. And if you only want them to see the second half, when they start playing it, it will automatically start from halfway through or wherever it is that you want them to start the video from. So that's how you can create your own lessons. You can also request with us if you want us to send you some content on legal studies. You can go up to this button again where my cursor is, and you can go to Mailbox. Once you've clicked Mailbox, you can go to TV4Ed requests and make a request. Go down to Topic Request, and then you can type in all the details that you want. So target age group, we can say Year 10. And then we can also put in how old they are as well if you want. If you've got the curriculum code, you can copy and paste it in here, but it's not required. The subject is legal studies. And then the lesson names, you can see how the court works in Australia. And then in the additional information, you can either tell us that you just want us to send you some TV4Ed and YouTube videos, which we can, or just TV4Ed or just YouTube, or you can request a resource list if you want. You can say that you specifically want a resource list with whichever content it is you want, whether it's TV4Ed or YouTube or both, as well as some PDFs or some articles, whatever it is that you want. You can also request if you want us to make a lesson for you. You can say, oh, I want a video lesson with 1 or 2 videos and 5 questions, or whatever, however many it is you want. Or you can ask if we have any specific study guides or whatever it is you want from here. So that's how you can create your own lessons as well as edit ours, and how you can also request them with us. So that's all I've got to show you today. So we went through how to search for legal studies content in TV4Ed, both our TV4Ed videos as well as YouTube through TV4Ed, as well as our smart lessons, both video lessons and resource lists, how you can add all of that content to your My Items and share it with your students, how you can edit our smart lessons on legal studies to suit your needs, as well as how you can create your own to send to your students, and how you can request that content with us. If there is any questions about this lesson, make sure to pop them in the comments below and I'll be able to get back to them. If you're interested in any of the areas of legal studies that I talked about today, make sure to let me know. And if you have any requests for any future subjects that you want me to cover in these resource lives in the future, make sure to pop them in the comments below and I will add it to my list so I can do a live on that subject. And once again, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you can be notified whenever we go live or whenever we upload one of these lives later, or just when we upload any other content so you can keep up to date. And also make sure to check out the description for our social media as well as our help articles and our Functional Solutions Community User Group on Facebook, where you can contact us as well as other users of FSI and TV4Education. And that's all I have for today. So until next time, I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you in the next live. Bye, everyone.